Teka, tingnan natin. Okay, so we're live here at Pageant Hub with our 8, lagi naman akong 8 p.m. habit mag-live. So I'm joined now with Miss Universe Philippines, Makati City,
Hi,
Ivana.
everyone.
Kamusta?
Hi, good evening, everyone. Thanks for having me.
So, can you give us a brief introduction muna about yourself?
Okay, so my full name is Ivana Kamil Pacis. I'm 24 years old. I work as an events host and as a VO talent. I used to have also a corporate job for a shopping app. And then, ano pa ba? Yeah, my one of the first national pageant I've joined was Miss World Philippines 2016. I think I was only 19 or 20 years old at that time, fresh out of college. So I was so new. I was Miss Makati when I was 18 years old, but it was so different to step into the national stage. So there. My favorite color is white. Ganun eh, no?
So, medyo, how has yung Miss Universe Philippines journey mo so far? Although,
Mhm.
medyo na-halt tayo dahil sa pandemic.
Yes. So far, well, somehow it's a blessing in disguise that the coronation was moved because I was given a longer period of time to prepare, which is also a good advantage for each and every one of us. No, not just for me, but also for the rest of the candidates. But yun nga, sadly, we weren't really able to push through with all of our activities and our appearances supposedly because of what happened. But I'm glad that Miss Universe Philippines organization was able to continue all of our activities online. So you'll have to watch out for a lot of online contents from the Miss Universe Philippines because we are cooking a lot of things. So as of now, we are kind of busy shooting a lot of content. So I think that's something that everyone has to look forward to.
And today, nag-end yung poll for di ba? Yung
Yes,
Downy.
for the Downey Philippines. So thanks to everyone who voted for me. Sana makapasok tayo sa top 3. Ayun, I think it was yun. It was published yesterday and we were only given around 24 hours
Hours.
para makapag-vote and it ended kaninang 6 p.m. So thanks to everyone really who shared it and who voted for me. So yun. Hopefully we get it to top 3.
The top 3 will have parang gift yata to their
Yes,
communities.
that we can share sa barangay namin or to our chosen organization or charity to any community. So ako, if ever, I would share it to my kabarangay dito sa Pembo, Makati City, especially dun sa mga walang work and sa mga tricycle drivers, ganyan, na nawalan ng work recently because of what happened. So I hope we can win it.
Sana. Actually, yung setup nila for that poll, medyo secure siya. So parang
Mm-hmm.
you can only vote
Yes.
once if
Mm-hmm.
I'm not mistaken. Kasi madidetect yung
Yeah,
Facebook
oo.
account mo.
Parang one vote per Facebook account. Ganun siya.
Datapwat na tapat ka sa Friday. Meron tayong flashback Friday. Bago
Ayan,
natin
ako, ano kaya?
pag-usapan yung yung advocacies and anything Miss World Philippines and Miss Universe Philippines related
Mhm.
activities. Doon muna tayo sa Flashback Friday. Actually, nung
Okay.
sinabi mo nga sa akin na buti may nabasa ako about you. Yung iba, yung mga papakita ko sa'yo, hindi naman masyadong flashback, pero medyo,
Mga recent.
mga medyo recent
kasi
din.
kasi before actually when I try to Google myself or some people try to Google me, kita nila agad yung Miss World and everything Miss Makati. But now kasi if you Google Ivana, ang una ka talagang lalabas is si Miss Ivana Alawi. So, yun.
So, si
Yeah.
Ivana Alawi pa lang hinahanap natin
Oo,
ngayon.
parang biglang ganun na yung mga nakikita nila. So, yeah, nakakatawa lang.
So, nung ginugol kita, ang nakita ko namang una is yung previous pageant journey mo na
Mm-hmm.
Miss World Philippines, yung
Yes.
mga. So, Are you
Yeah,
ready?
ready. Bring it on.
Ready.
Nakabahan ako. Ano kaya yung mga
Yung ano kaya yung mga nakita ko?
ano ang nahalungkat sa baul?
Ano ang
Let's
nahalungkat ko sa
see.
baul? Oh, let us go to anong gusto mo?
Exhibit
Pabaliktad muna.
A.
Exhibit A. Exhibit A.
Exhibit A.
Pabaliktad tayo
Ah,
Ito yung pinaka-recent.
yes.
So, pinaka-recent na throwback na nakita ko.
Mm-hmm.
So, this was the time that you were with Miss World Philippines pa 2016 with
Yes.
Kat.
Mm-mm.
How does it feel
Kaming,
na you are competing with you are in the same competition again with Sandra?
well, both of us, we were so surprised because we didn't know that both of us were gonna join. So the first time we ever saw each other was the press presentation, and then I saw her first. I was like Sandra, and then we screamed, and then we were like jumping. Hi, here we go again. So it's exciting rather because we haven't been in contact for for a short period of time then because she's busy. I'm also busy, so it's nice that actually, lagi kami magka-chat recently and I told her na I'm happy that you're with me in this journey again, in this another pageant journey. Na we have so much stuff that we can relate to and we can share each other's learnings from the past pageants that we have joined. So it's nice na there's a familiar face, there's a girl who really understands the journey of joining a pageant. And yun lang, asaya kasi I never really felt I felt intimidated at first when I joined Miss Universe because it's been a while na Miss World is around 4 years ago. But having Sandra there really reminded me of how special Miss World was as the very first national pageant I ever joined. So ayun, masaya. It's very exciting and I'm just very happy that she's with me in this journey again.
My next question is since Kat already went on to win Miss
Mm-hmm.
Universe 2018, how motivated are you to sort of follow her footsteps?
Well, when Kat won Miss Universe, and when before that, prior to that, she joined Binibini, and then she won Miss Universe Philippines. And when she won the Miss Universe crown, it really brought me so much inspiration. She's given me so much inspiration and so much motivation to join another beauty pageant because it's something that I've been postponing for the past few years. Now I would always promise myself, oh, next year I'm gonna join again, and then next year hindi na naman. And then it came to a point where I had really to question myself if it's something that I really want. But then when she won Miss Universe, it really inspired me na any one of us talaga, it's anybody's ball game. And it really inspired me na kahit pwede mong ma-achieve sa buhay, something like that. And she has been someone that I've been looking up to since Miss World. When she became Miss World, she really deserved it. Her advocacy, even up to now, is something that she really worked hard to. So ang saya lang na she has brought her advocacy to the international stage, to the international scene na mas marami ng taong aware sa advocacy na she has been fighting for ever since Miss World. So I'm happy and I'm just looking up to her as a queen, a very holistic kind of queen.
Ayun. So, stop ko muna. Baka makita mo agad eh.
Yun na.
Meron pa.
Actually,
Actually,
that
ano na.
photo was taken nung nag-ano siya, anong tawag doon? Parang farewell
Send
party,
off
something like
niya.
that. Yun, send off.
Send
Yeah,
off
yeah,
niya
yeah,
to.
yeah. That was your send off. Hmm.
Miss World Philippines was your first national pageant. Tama ba?
Yes, yes.
Tama ba? I mean, yung
Yes.
bigger
Mm-hmm.
pageant. So,
Mm-hmm.
ito
Ay,
yung
ano
next.
yan?
Ang next ay ito. Since first time mo that time sa i-present ang sarili mo in swimwear. What are your thoughts?
Oh, haven't seen this picture for a long time. Talaga? May picture pala akong ganyan. Parang medyo nakalimutan ko na.
So, what were your thoughts about that time, no? 'Di ba, since first time mong
Yeah.
swimwear in front. I think this was the press presentation of Miss World Philippines, if
Yes,
I'm not
yes.
mistaken.
It
So,
was.
What were the thoughts going over your head during that time?
Well, as a newbie in the national pageant scene, everything really intimidated me, and I really needed some time to adjust, especially because I'm competing with more girls who came from different cities, different provinces all over the Philippines, and most of them already have experiences when it comes to pageantry. Ako wala. I didn't even have a camp before. Up until now, I didn't have any camp. So it parang I can ano ba? I was really shocked, parang ganon. But it's nice because the organization, and at that time Miss Corey was the one who still headed the organization, really took care of us, and she made sure now we are safe, and we are always guarded by our chaperones. So I never really felt unsafe and uncomfortable, and I think I found so much confidence when I joined Miss World Philippines as my very first national pageant, because I never thought that I can wear two-piece, in public. But then it gave me sort of confidence that I brought, even not just in pageantry, even sa work ko, in my workplace, and the people that I get to meet outside pageantry. You sort of parang I sort of brought that kind of confidence from mga ganyang activities namin. So yeah.
Ayan. So, ito pala
Sobrang
yung
bagets
first
ko pa.
time. Sobrang bagets. Bakit ngayon naman, parang wala naman pinagkaiba ngayon?
Well, sabagay. Wow.
Age is just,
it's just a number.
number.
Yes,
Ito, this was, 18 years old ka, if I'm not mistaken.
I was 19.
19. Yung 18 is when you won Miss Makati, tama ba?
Yes. Yes.
Okay. Next. Ano pa kaya nakita
Parang
ko?
mas pabongga ng pabongga yung mga pictures. Ano pa kaya ang
ano pa kaya?
sa baul?
Ginugol ko. Ginugol kita actually before this, Sabi ko may mga nakita ako na.
Parang after nito, mapapag-google din ako sa mga past photos kung iba pa.
Ready ka na ba?
Ready!
Okay. So, ito. This was 2014 modeling stint mo.
Yeah, it was a fashion show for a clothing brand.
Oh, yes. So, have you done a lot of this before?
Yes, I'm actually a runway and a commercial model now for how many years? 7 years. I started when I was around 16 or 17 years old when I joined the modeling competition. It's Body Shots. I don't know if everyone knows that competition, but it's a prestige one. I think doon nanggaling sila Miss Wilma Dozen. And then that's I think I consider it as my break in the modeling industry. So that's where I started being booked to different runway shows and different commercials as well. I think that one, 2014, it was for a fashion show for a clothing brand. And then from that, ayun, dumami na. Hanggang sa I got to work with a lot of designers in the Philippines. And ayun.
Actually, last na ipapakita ko. Intro na to your Miss Universe Philippines journey.
Okay.
So, ito na yung kasi minsan pag nag-guest ako, kasi yun, ginugoogle ko sila. So, yun mga nakita ko over the internet and over Facebook. And over Facebook. Kaya minsan if you have better photos, tignan mo na lang sa Facebook. Mas maano mo pa yung. So, ito yung next picture na intro natin to your Miss Universe Philippines journey. How does it feel
Ano
to
yan?
ito lang naman, how does it felt doing the
Oh.
runway challenge?
Mhm, mhm. For me, sobrang saya niya. I think it's also because Runway has been my favorite um, place to be. It's because yun nga, as I mentioned earlier, I've been a runway model for a couple of years now. So it's runway itself is something that I love doing. It's I consider it as a very professional job. And ayun, it was just so exciting. I think it's because it's one of the longest runways I've ever walked into in my whole entire life. So it was tiring, but it was so fun. I was so thankful that a lot of my friends and a lot of my family members were there to support me. And yeah, it was it's one of the activities so far, and I really proved na kasi before, 'di ba, we didn't really have that much activities na wherein a lot of people or the press or the media or even our supporters can join or can attend. So I think this one is one of the biggest events from Miss Universe Philippines that a lot of audiences were there, a lot of fans and supporters were there. So it's also a way for us to prove or show them our passerella, like a snippet of our passerella. So it was nice. It was so fun kasi ang saya na it's one of the biggest activities that I have with the girls na we started to really know more about each other, na sa backstage we're helping out each other, checking out if okay ba yung makeup namin, yung hair namin, ganyan. So anyway, it was nice. It's very memorable, and I'm really happy. Like what I said, na a lot of my supporters were there, and I also got to meet them in person.
Yun, so hindi naman masyadong malala yung mga nahanap kong pictures.
Yun na ba yun? Nakabahan ako,
Hindi,
baka meron pa dyan mga...
nilimit ko lang kasi baka mamaya kung ano yung makita ng mga... Anyway, let's proceed to your Miss Universe Philippines journey. Then, sabi ko nga kanina, bago ko sumalang, nagbasa muna ako tungkol sa advocacy mo.
Yes.
So, yours is about suicide awareness.
Yes.
Prevention, if I'm not mistaken. But before we go into that, let's talk about yung pagiging open towards these sensitive topics sa social media.
Yes.
Kasi when you posted your thoughts about yung mga recent mong pinost, how open are you when it comes to sharing your thoughts on social media?
I think the one of the recent posts nga na I think you mentioned was when I shared my experiences online when it comes to when I experienced sexual harassment a few years back. And I was really surprised. Ako din, nag-grow din ako sa sarili ko na it's something that I got to share, in a very public space, a very unsafe place, because I know how vulnerable things can get and how worse everything can get online, especially when you post things that are very personal to you. But actually, before posting that, I was still thinking twice kasi I wrote that in my notes app sa phone ko. So I was really contemplating, is it something that I want to share? Is it something that I want to post? Like, am I ready for the consequences? But at the back of my head, I didn't really want to regret not posting it. So right after when I posted it, and a lot of people also got to relate to me. A lot of people really admired my bravery, but at the same time, I'm really not after that. Of course, I'm thankful na a lot of people. I also got to prove that I have a lot of friends who are still there to support me, even if even if we don't talk to each other that much anymore. But there are a few people, I'm not gonna mention them, a few people, a few girls who privately messaged me and told me that it's also something that happened to them, and they are thankful that I put it out there. I put my experience out there and try to somehow voice out and help other people know and realize that their mindset is wrong. So I'm grateful that I did that. And yeah, I think it's one of the things then I'm so shocked because it's so not me. I love being in social media. I work as a social media marketing in media marketing industry, but personally, it's really not something that I can easily dive into. But now I think it's also because as a beauty queen and someone who has this kind of platform, I don't want to waste it. It's not everyone can have this kind of platform, so I don't really want to put it to waste. I want to maximize it and try to help other people who can't really voice out what they have and what they have experienced in the past. And yun nga a lot of people say, no, it's such a sensitive topic, wag natin, let's not go there. But I think the more we don't go there, the more we don't put it out there, is all the more it becomes so sensitive na it's already boxed, and it's already shelved in our hearts, and even with the victims' hearts and in their minds. So all the more they will be scared not to talk about it. I'm very happy na I got to talk to these girls who privately messaged me and told me na it's something that they have been experiencing also in the past. And I just pray and hope that they can also move on. Ako personally, when that happened to me, it took a while for me to accept that it's something that I experienced. Kasi ako, you only read it sa online, ganyan, nababalitaan mo lang sa news. But I never thought it's something that I will experience. So, yun nga, it can happen to anyone. And I'm glad na I also shared that and gave comfort to these girls who also experienced what I did.
So, how did they respond? I mean, how was the response to that post sa social media? May positive ba? May, may
Mm-hmm.
negative?
So far, I haven't really received or read anything negative. That's why I'm really thankful. Na nagulat din ako. Even I have a lot of mga colleagues and friends that I don't really get to talk to anymore, and they messaged me. Some commented on the post. Some of my Miss Universe Philippines co-candidates also sent me their love and support.
Yes.
So ayun, I'm really happy. I didn't do that to ask for sympathy or to have a pity party. But again, I posted that because I want people to know what it's like to be on the victim side kasi it's the victim shaming and the victim blaming has been rampant nowadays. So I want people naman to hear from from someone's side na victim, someone who has experienced that, and how hurtful words can be, especially whenever we read something online.
Ayun. So, introduce kita sa aking partner sa vlog.
Okay,
Dumating
hi.
na. Ah, hi. But usually kasi, I'm the one who's doing the lives alone. I think you've watched
Mm-hmm.
that before.
Yes,
Eto.
yes.
Hi, Drix.
Hello. Hi,
Hello.
Drexy. Good
Hi,
evening.
Ivana.
Hi, how
Congrats
are
naman.
you? Thank you. Ayan, bagong dinner lang, kaya fresh. Busog.
Sana lahat fresh, no?
Especially whenever we read some.
Oh,
Nakapag-ready pa
mom.
naman ako ng mga tanong sa'yo.
Okay, dako. Mga
Ready ka
burning
na ba?
questions. I'm in the hot seat tonight. Hot seat in a
Mga,
very cold
tayo,
evening.
may mga iba't ibang levels tayo ng question.
Oh, okay. Sige. I'm excited about that.
Simulan na ba natin, ma'am?
Sige, go.
Masyado ko pinaghandaan yung mga tanong ko kay Ivana.
Ako pang flashback lang ako eh. Buti nga hindi ko na, yung flashback ko nga mild lang eh.
Okay, simulan na natin. First question. What is the most important issue your generation is facing?
I think for me, the biggest issue that my generation has been facing, even for the past years, is how everyone is so everyone believes what they see online, and everyone is being consumed by what they read, what they see, and what they think is true online. It's something that I also experienced. I've had issues about how I view myself in the past few years just because I see prettier girls, sexier girls online. It made me feel small, and it made me feel like I wasn't enough physically. Not just the things that I have, not the luxury life that I have, but it's really more of what I look like. And I got so conscious with that I really thought, and it was one of my goals to have my to undergo different kind of surgeries, plastic surgery, stuff like that, just to change what I look like. Because I feel like if I'll change something, maybe I'll look better and I'll feel better, and people will accept me more, especially
Flashback lang
with
ako.
the kind of mindset Filipinos have in the country, and the acceptance that most of them don't really have. So ayun, I think now we're still in the process of omitting that kind of mindset, especially for the Filipinos, and especially for the younger girls. And I just, it's been a struggle for me. I really cannot say that it's something that I have moved on from, and parang perfect na ako na. I am so confident. There are still times na I feel so insecure, but I just have to, every single day it's a battle, and it's something that I really need to consciously um remind myself that I'm enough, that I look enough, and I don't really need to change anything with myself.
I've had issues about how I view myself in the past few years just because I see
So, ayun,
prettier
medyo
girls.
may
Hello?
konting feedback tayo every
Yeah.
year. Siguro sa signal lang. Ang galing naman sumagot.
There. Thank you.
Iba talaga pag taga Makati.
Ganito kami sa Makati. Joke lang.
Auntie.
Next question. With everything that you have going on, how will you handle the responsibilities of the crown if you will win?
For me, winning a crown or winning a title is really a job itself. And it's something that I've learned from the past queens that we have. If I have a lot of things in front of me, the exact time that I'll be crowned, I would put everything aside. Career wise, professional wise, I'm gonna put everything aside, and I'm gonna really focus on the crown or the title or the job that the organization will be with, that the organization that will grant me rather. So I think na it's not a question whether I would put anything aside or I would give up something. It's really a matter of prioritizing it, because it's a job. Like what I always say, being a beauty queen is not just what people see online, for photo shoots lang daw and all, but it's more of the work behind the scenes, and it's something that people need to see, and people need to appreciate the work itself and the sacrifice also as a beauty queen. The beauty queens that we have, whichever title, are only given 1 year to prove themselves that they are the true queen that they deserve to win. So it's a lot of work, and a lot of people you need to see that and need to appreciate that. And at the end of the day, it's a job itself, and it's a beautiful job. And for me, I would definitely focus on that, prioritize that, and maximize that 1 year of having that title.
Masingit ko lang, ma'am, bago ka magtanong ulit. May nagtanong kasi dito sa post natin ng live chat. What would be more important daw kay Ivana? Career niya or love life?
Honestly, this is something that my AP from Miss Universe also asked me, kasi nga it's also something that she's been asking sa mga past queens na she has worked with. And I would say the same thing, like what I said sa kanya. I would really pursue career rather than love life. Actually, ang question niya that time is Corona or love life. And then he really answered Corona. And then sabi niya, yun din daw yung answer ng mga past queens. Parang sabi niya, bakit gano'n? Tapos yung corona. And I'm like, yeah, it's really something that I would pick if ever it's a question in front of me. I think love life is always going to be there. It's something that can take a backseat for a while. Siguro, right now, I'm in a relationship. So, hindi naman ako makikipag-break sa boyfriend ko just because I really want the crown. But I'm just happy that I have a boyfriend who's very supportive. Na even if there are times now we don't get to date anymore, especially during the press presentation, diba? It's Valentine's Day, and we weren't really able to celebrate anything. So he's very understanding. So one of the few things that I really admire about him, and he also admires that's how much I am dedicated, and motivated towards winning the crown.
Ayun. Drix.
Sana lahat ng love life.
Sana all.
Okay, next question is, what makes you different from the other girls competing in Miss Universe Philippines?
Mm-hmm. Oh well, the only thing that I feel like I can, like the edge that I have, is how dedicated I am to win the crown, and how I've always been a firm believer that my voice is something that I can share to everyone, and there is power in it. So I believe that I'm a very good communicator. I'm going to be a very good spokesperson, and it's something that I really want to work on more in the future. And if ever Miss Universe Philippines would let me win, would let me have that job, I would really do my best to be able to really connect the organization to the audience, to the Filipinos, because that's what Miss Universe Philippines is really all about. That it's not just a competition. At the end of the day, we are helping out Filipinos and the Filipinos out there to really know themselves more and really appreciate their roots, the culture of the Philippines. Yeah.
So, ayun. Something naman na medyo, personal ng content. Na-experience mo bang mabuti?
Sorry?
Naka-experience ka ng bullying?
Yes, definitely. Definitely. Up until now. I've experienced it. Yes. I think bashers na yung tawag sa nila, hindi na bullies. But yeah,
examples ng mga na-experience mo?
Well, in the pageant scene, a lot of people, especially when I joined Miss World, I was a newbie, and I didn't really have the preparation or the trainings that other girls had, because I was independent at that time. Well, up until now, I'm still independent. A lot of people really thought na I am very shy, or I didn't really deserve it. Parang hindi daw ako pang national pageant, pang barangay, and daw akong yung mga ganong klase. And what else? I think when I was younger, I'm very much bullied about my height, because I was so tall. I think I was in grade 6. That's when my height really peaked. Parang all of a sudden, bilang ang tangkad ko. I was the tallest one in the class, taller than my than the my boy classmates, and even taller than my teachers. So I was so bullied at that time, because I felt like I was so abnormal. Na I just want to be short. I want to be petite, and I felt like I wasn't pretty, because a lot of my grade school to a lot of my classmates na girls are all like petite and mestiza and so cute. But I was tall, I was morena, and I was so skinny. So it wasn't really. It was one of my biggest insecurities.
Marami rin pala naging experience sa Ivana sa mga ganyan, pambubu.
Yes, definitely. Yeah, it's something that I am still working on. Again, I cannot really say that it's something that I can confidently walk out of. Of course, I'm still a person. I still get offended, but I just learned to try to filter everything that I read online, especially sa mga comments. But like what I always say, I'm very, very welcome with constructive criticism. If you tell me na my makeup is not good, my styling's not good, yung hair mo ang gulo, I am very open with that. A lot of people have been telling me, na, girl, I think you need a better stylist. Actually, I don't have a stylist, but a lot of people were saying na, may stylist ka ba ganyan? So I would say, no, I don't have. Or do you have a makeup artist? I have my own makeup artist, but so anyway, I'm very open with constructive criticisms, and as long as you say it in a very polite manner, I would definitely consider it because I'm really open with that.
So ito naman, bilang isang babae naman,
Mm-hmm.
what are your guilty pleasures?
Ooh, guilty pleasure. I think I'm such a super matakaw. Super matakaw, especially now. I don't really have a strict diet. I just try to eat moderately and eat right. But most of the time, I love rice kasi. So, believe it or not, if I'm in a sal na only rice, I can eat 6 to 7 cups in one sitting. Ganun ako kalakas kumain. So now na I really need to, I have a fast metabolism, but since I'm not yet that young anymore, nag-struggle din ako at some point. So now that I am preparing for Miss Universe Philippines, it's something that I really need to control. So, ayun, I don't really have a strict diet. I just eat moderately, eat right in a very controlled amount of food. But I don't really starve myself. So if I crave for some sweets, I would go for it. But I don't really control my taste buds.
Parang walang hustisa yung 6 to 10.
Nabig-
Parang hindi ko matiga.
Nabigla ako sa mga inas.
Diba?
Confession yun ng
I
mga
love
inasal.
mang inas. Basta anything na only, mga buffet, game ako dyan. As in, when I go to a buffet, I already have decided now what to eat first. Parang nakaplan na yan sa head ko what I should eat first, ganyan. Because I really wanna, I really wanna make the most out of it. So I'm such a heavy eater. Yeah.
Grabe. Sana lahat ng kumakain sa instant mga Ma'am, ikaw, may questions ka pa ba kay Ivana?
Hindi pa ako nakaka-get over do sa mga inasal tsaka sa love for buffet.
So, diba?
go-
Guilty pleasure talaga siya.
Going back to your advocacy about suicide awareness and prevention. I've read about can you talk about yung mga projects na nagawa mo na or plan mo pang gawin?
For my suicide prevention awareness advocacy, I'm plotting a lot of scheduled Instagram lives and Facebook lives with different NGOs who are campaigning for suicide prevention. And it's something that I really want to focus on and really prioritize at this time, especially when we're in the middle of a pandemic. So it's something that is very rampant, and it's something that I really want to work on because I wasn't able to do that for the past couple of years, although it's something that I have experienced since I've experienced having severe anxiety before. It was something that I never really talked about because I was so scared, and I know na I live in an environment or in a society wherein mental health is really not it's not really a very acceptable topic. Sometimes we feel like a lot of people are campaigning for mental health. It's such a safe place now, but at the end of the day, it's still not. And up until now, it's still a campaign that we need to push for. So right now, yes, I have a lot of things in store. So I hope everyone can also check that out. And since what I can only do right now is to be so active online, I would also be launching an online series, video series, all about suicide prevention, all about self-care check. So ayan, self-care check series.
Since you've mentioned about your mental health, how can beauty queens or personalities like you use pageants as a platform to promote your mental health advocacy?
Well, what's great about campaigning for mental health is that it's something that every one of us can experience. A lot of people say na, oh, yung mental health, depression, at sakit ng mayayaman yan. But no, a lot of Filipinos who are clinically diagnosed by depression are people who live in the most poverty areas na all around the Philippines. And the reason why people say na sakit siya ng mayayaman is because, of course, only the privileged ones have the capacity or the resources to go to to go to a psychiatrist or to go and get medical help. And hindi siya nagagawa ng mga normal na Filipinos because it's something na, first of all, we don't really have that um, facilities sa mga public hospitals, and seeking a psychiatrist costs money, and it's not a small amount of money and second, it's because of the stigma of mental health and suicide prevention in the Philippines, because in a normal setting a lot of people say na kapag you seek a medical attention for your mental health, people would automatically assume na para kang kurung-kurung ganyan, may tama yan, di ba? So it's a stigma that we need to break, and I think us beauty queens is something that we can relate to. We can relate to the pressure of the competition, the anxiety that we experience, the insecurity insecurities, personal insecurities that we need to deal with in the course of the pageant. So it's something that all of us, like any of the candidates that you can um, talk to right now, can relate to. So it's really something na I hope is something that we can openly converse, even in our own little ways. Hindi naman kailangan ng super like big movement or big campaigns for that. Even just sharing positive notes and encouragements in our social media accounts. That's good. That's a good move na. And yun nga. We are privileged enough to have platforms like this. So we really wouldn't want to waste it, because not everyone has that kind of privilege, and we are given this platform for a reason, and we really need to work on it personally, individually. Yeah.
Mams.
So ito, Ivana, may question ako ulit. If you woke up tomorrow and gained any one ability or quality, what would you want it to be?
Sorry.
If you woke up tomorrow
Okay.
and gained any one ability or quality, what would you want to be?
Oh, I would love that. How do you call it? Yung aura, that powerful aura. Now you don't have to say anything, you don't have to do anything, but the moment you step into a room, you'll have heads turned towards you. So it's actually a gift. Not everyone has that. I don't think I have that. So it's something that I really want. Na um, I think it's also all my life I have to prove myself that I'm talented. That I'm not just a face. I have something to prove. So I found my voice. I have found hosting and speaking and being a voiceover talent. I think that's the only way that I can tell people na, oh, I have a talent. So look at me. Parang ganon eh. So yeah, yung ganun powerful aura is something that I want, and it's something also na it's also helpful, I think, not just in the pageant scene, but in career wise, professional wise. It's something that I really want to work on, and something I want to have. So I need a parang fairy godmother.
Ito yung titignan ka pa lang, Miss Universe.
Yes, yung ganun. Oo, I would love to have that.
Pageant rin naman. Why do you think that the people have a negative image about pageantry?
I think it's also because here in the Philippines, we've only seen pageants. I'm such a huge pageant fan, and for the past years, we've only seen the competition itself, the coronation night, where girls are in the swimsuit, in the gown, or dito or dyan, project dito, project son. So that's the only thing that people can see, but they don't see what happens backstage. They don't see the work these girls put into for months of preparations and training. So that's what they don't really see. So I think it's the stigma itself na you're just there to compete for a crown. Na you will do whatever it takes to win the crown, and you can be so desperate or do things beyond your principle or your beliefs in life just to get that crown. And yun nga, I think now we are blessed na beauty queens can, use their platform, their social media, like lives like this, to really to for people to get to know them, their supporters to get to know them deeply as a person. But I think for the past years, um a lot of like organizations or pageants were failed to do that. So I think it's because they like Filipinos don't really get to grasp what happens backstage and the preparation that goes behind that. And ayun.
So, ito ma'am, meron lang akong final question kay Ivana. But with a twist naman na in 30 seconds mo lang ito sasagutin.
Oh, okay.
Final question naman na ito, huwag ka mag-alala.
Okay, bring it on. Ayan.
Kita ba?
Ayan, may timer. Okay.
Why do you think you should be the next Miss Universe Philippines? Timer starts now.
I should be the next Miss Universe Philippines because I know in myself that I have learned a lot in the past, the experiences that I have, not just in the pageant scene, but also with my career as an events host. I am able to connect the audience to what is happening in the world right now. It's something that I want to embody, I want to pursue once I become the Miss Universe Philippines. Thank you.
Wow!
Perfect naman. Akala ko
Pasado na ba?
Pasado na.
Salamat sa mga pagsagot sa mga katanungan ko sa'yo.
Thank you so much.
So,
Ikaw ba?
ako naman, I will just be asking yung her final thoughts about the schedule ng pageant nila. Since mostly we will be having online events. So, ngayon alam ko busy kayo. So, I'd like you to invite yung mga fans ng Miss Universe Philippines to support all 51 girls and of course your journey towards the Miss Universe Philippines crown.
All right, so to all of the Miss Universe Philippines, the first ever Miss Universe Philippines fans and supporters out there, I know you have a lot of questions. We will be answering that very, very soon because we have been receiving a lot of concerns, a lot of questions, of course, on what's gonna happen in the course of the competition. But I hope you guys can stay tuned on what's gonna happen. We are cooking and just preparing brewing a lot of things for all of you guys to watch out for. And we will not really disappoint you. And we are also taking this time to prepare for the competition itself in October 25, if I'm not mistaken. And I just want to thank you guys for continually supporting us, even with what's happening around us. Thank you for believing in us and just supporting whatever endeavor we do, whatever activities that we are engaging into. Thank you all so much to all the fans, to all the pageant medias out there who has been continually supporting us and having our backs. So thank you then to all of my supporters, to all of the Makatizens out there watching. Thank you so much. And I just hope that everything will be safer soon. This pandemic will all be over, and we just can't wait for you guys to see what's in store for Miss Universe Philippines because these are all exciting stuff.
Okay, so I guess that's it. So we'll just be asking you to plug your social media accounts para ma-follow ka ng mga...
mhm. Yes, you can add me on Instagram. It's at Ivana Pacis _ and my official Facebook page is Ivana Pacis. And my official hashtag is hashtag Ivana ang Pinay. So I hope you guys can also support me with that. Thank you so much, Pageant Hub, for having me. I really had fun tonight. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you for gracing.
Thank you so much.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Ingat po.